everyone. Today we are on another episode of Conversations at the Well, and our topic for this episode is M.M.M. Now, if you remember a couple of years ago, right? I'm sure if you're in Nigeria, I think it was a global thing, wasn't it?
Global. African.
Was it Africa? Yeah, I think it was Africa. A lot of people,
Yeah,
there was this
majorly
investment
Nigeria.
thing that, a lot of people put their money in and they never recovered. Some people are still going through the trauma of,
Sorry for the laugh.
We don't mean to be insensitive, but we're talking M.M.M today, and our M.M.M is mindsets, money, and marriage. Mindset, because I work with a lot of young people, and I see the prevalent mindset today, even across our country, across Africa. And we are talking about how we can develop the kind of mindset that would help us make progress, both as individuals in every sphere of our lives. And for today's episode, I have some of my best girls, Omoye and Zina, but we have a special guest who is joining us today. Drum roll! We have Dr. Ifeyinwa Nwakwesi. Now, let me tell you, she's the phenomenal woman, okay? A graduate of medicine from the University College Hospital Ibadan, right? And she practiced as a conventional medical doctor for several years. And now she's a vibrant health, growth mindset, and integrative lifestyle specialist. Do you know the best part for us? Can you believe she's 71?
I think you need to bring your certificate for us to confirm.
No, can you imagine? Can you believe she's
Her birth
71?
certificate.
She's married, of course, to Dr. Ifeyinwa Nwakwesi, and she has 5 children and 13 grandchildren. Now give it up. Give it up for the phenomenal Dr. Ifeyinwa.
A round of applause.
We are so excited. It's not like
Don't let me start dancing here. Let's just go.
So we're so excited to have her, and we want to talk about mindset. And I think I'm going to open the floor with asking you to talk about, what you share on having a mindset for integrated living. Open the floor for us. Considering all that young people go through, the mindset that is prevalent in our society today, which is even responsible for the decadence that we see around, right?
Wow, that's a fantastic question. And I'm always very passionate about sharing this conversation.
Okay.
The growth mindset and integrative lifestyle is actually a miracle given to mankind by God to help us resolve most of our life, societal, leadership, poverty, whatever challenge we have in our life is reversible. But it starts from a commitment to growth mindset and integrated lifestyle in a sustainable way. It's not an overnight experience. And that growth mindset is anchored on a solid spiritual foundation. Being intentional about your mindset, not allowing negative thoughts to keep you hostage and enslave you so that you become paralyzed, you're not able to do anything. Thirdly, you become proactive about your body. If you don't have the energy and the health, will you be able to come here?
No.
Then you are intentional about your relationship. You learn the strategies and skills to build healthy relationship and marriage. And then you feed your body with the right nutrients. You see, this is my body at 71. It's not easy, but it's a lot of commitment and a sustainable lifestyle. Nigerians do not like committing. They like quick fix. Headache, pop a pill. Arthritis, pop a pill. Marital challenge, look for a pastor or an imam. So what am I talking about? I am talking about... So we have to commit to this lifestyle because it's a miracle. And the thing about it is that it can help you resolve health crisis, health challenges, marital challenges,
Identity crisis.
Identity. Do I go there? For a long time, the phenomenal woman dealt with low self-esteem. We'll get there.
Come on. Please, let's go there.
No, I'm not going to go there now.
Okay, let's wait.
Let's take it later.
Okay, let's take it later.
Yes.
So because you work with young people and you see I want her to share, and it's intentional that we have different age groups here on this panel so that we can look at the challenges that people go through. What are some of the mindsets that you see in our society today that is preventing us from making progress?
Fine.
Okay. Let's not talk so that you can then give us how we can address it.
Me, I'm not speak me. I'm 71. Me, no. But
So tell us
as
the
a young
mindset,
person, as a young person, I'm 21 by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow,
I'm
you look
very okay.
In
Great.
another 50 years.
21.
50 years go.
Hey.
Hey, my goodness. But yeah, so
You're very
but-
beautiful, you know?
She is gorgeous.
My God. Well, thank you. So I have quite a number of young people around me, though I still work with people that are really older than me. But there's something that I've noticed, and that is mediocrity that is taking over. Like there is a whole lot of normalized nonsense going on around. But I would like you to address that. So like for let's say a young person trying to upscale their lives, upscale their mindset, not falling into peer pressure that they see. And because I know that a lot of young people like to, things always attract them. What this person is doing, they want to do, they want to get this person's result. So how do we step out from that area? So I think I would like to learn from you.
Okay. So I'd like to answer this way.
Okay.
Our educational curriculum and parenting are too lopsided to formal certifications. Oh, what does your doctor want to be? A doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, makeup artist, designer. We do not prepare our children with the strategies and skills to build true success. See what happens in Japan. Japanese children are taught the principle of Kaizen. Kaizen is continuous and constant self-improvement. They are taught how to be polite. They are taught how to be courteous, respectful. You can't see a Japanese child pass the road and not pick up the rubbish to put away. What am I talking about? We need to modify our parenting and educational curriculum in Nigeria. We need to teach our young people how to acquire profound knowledge, strategies and skills that can make them take responsibility for their lives, make better choices.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yes, absolutely.
We need, whatever you do, you have a consequence. So we need to teach our young ones how to develop the skills to build true success, to know that they are responsible for the choices they make. If you bring up a child that way, the child is not going to succumb to peer pressure.
So how do you bring up a child that way?
Okay, you bring up a child that way by teaching them right from primary school.
Like nursery self.
Even from nursery. For me, for instance, I do my grandma feast Sunday. My grandchildren come. I've given them names. One is honor. Honor is love. One is Kena. Kena is joy. My grandson is Keto. Keto is
Which language?
Keto.
Oh, sorry.
Ketona. Ketona.
Oh.
I call him strong. So he says, Grandma, I'm a strong boy.
Yes.
You prepare children, whatever information they have in their brain, that's what they show.
That's
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Teach children empowering words and then let them understand the meaning.
Yeah.
They grow up like that. The challenge we have is that many of our children imbibe bad values.
Yes.
And we adults are not teaching children right. Children learn from what we do than what we say.
Yes.
More is
Yes.
cost
Most,
than
yes,
talk.
yes. Okay? So that sort of upbringing will enable a child to grow up having the requisite strategies to play skill set.
Yes.
To be able to
Yes.
navigate. I think it also even starts with the adults themselves having the right mindset.
Yes.
Because remember, recently we were talking about how the responsibility of being a mother. I don't know how we've gotten there, but let's go there.
Yeah.
The responsibility of being a mother and how important it is for you to be able to model what you want your children to see. Because it's different when you are talking, saying, do this, do that, and then you're doing something totally
Yes,
different.
differently.
How can we as adults, and I think that let's talk about identity, commit to that process of self-improvement so that we're able to model the right value system to the coming generation. Now, let's talk about from the perspective of women, because we know as much as, yes, let me not go into what I want to go into, but we know that we still have a responsibility to cultivate and nurture the coming generation. And we must have the right mindset to be able to nurture the next generation in alignment with where they should go, so that the next generation will tell about the works of God. Because that's it. At the end of the day, one generation after another generation, we see through the Bible that the reason why most they struggled was because a generation arose that did not know about God.
Yeah.
That's true. And then they pass that down.
So let's talk about how we can make that intentional decision to model the right. I want you to talk about it from a place of, developing the right mindset, the right identity that would help us with modeling the right value system.
Okay, so I'd say that the truth is, just listening to you speak, ma'am, and just talk about how parents are supposed to, teach their kids to be all of these beautiful things like you're doing with your grandchildren. And I imagine how some of us grew up. And now, yes, we may not have grown up in such an environment where you received all these affirmative words and made you think and know that you could do all great things. I didn't grow up like that.
Wow.
I didn't grow up hearing all of those things. So I struggled with a lot of self-esteem. I struggled a lot. And so I had to work on myself, and I am still working on myself. Now, I'm saying this to say that many of us need to understand where we're at and what exactly it is that we need to work on in ourselves to change, to transform. Because we'll definitely, I'm not a mother yet, but I'll become a mother someday.
In Jesus'
and
name.
Amen. And some of us, are already mothers. If you are dysfunctional, you cannot raise a functional child.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we cannot say we do not know that we have certain issues.
Yeah.
So we need to understand where we are at. Yes, you may have had a challenging background. You may not have grown up in the best of environments, but you need to know where you're at. Know the things, your identity, your personalities, your character traits that are not so good. Sis, and start to work on yourself.
Yeah.
Sis.
Yeah.
You need to start to work because sis, you need to start to work on yourself.
Yes.
Because I'm so scared, and I'm saying this from a very, because I see people and I see them having. I say you don't get married, and because you're fertile, you think you can just have children,
And then you're not doing the work of investing in them.
because you're not raising kids that. And the word is pretty messed up now, even worse than it was before.
Like the
And
blind
you're just giving
raising
birth
the
to 4
blind.
5 children, and you can't even raise them. You don't even have the right values. You don't have the right principles. You are messed up yourself, and you're, for goodness sake, what is the future?
Let me come in here because what you just said is profound. People need to be grateful for their strengths
Yes.
and then have the
Identify their
humility
yes,
to identify
their
their
weaknesses and
Ah.
work on it.
Wait, and commit to a sustainable way.
I like sustainable.
I like that sustainable.
Sustainable.
You know what? You think
Yes,
about that?
yes.
People do things today and
And then
they
they
go
don't
they go back and rest.
But
Yes.
it's a continuous process.
Consistent and
True,
continue
true.
on a daily basis.
True.
I had to
True.
reprogram.
True.
If I didn't reprogram, maybe people would have forgotten about me. I have to reprogram, and I do it consistently on a daily basis. Now, many women, many of us appear beautiful in the face.
But inside,
But I keep telling women, I care more about inner beauty.
that's it.
Even the Bible preaches
When
more
you
about
walk in,
beauty. Yes.
When you walk in, can we see the glory of God?
Yeah.
It's not about telling me your church.
Come on.
I don't want to know your church.
That-
True.
Let me see the glory of God in the words
In
you
your
speak,
speech.
in your character.
Yes.
How you respect your husband, how you appreciate that your husband is not perfect.
But I've never entered marriage.
Let's start letting go.
I've not entered that
Yes,
conversation.
but please
The
continue.
decadence in the society, especially with, I'm a Christian, and the decadence is terrible.
And they use, so Ma, sorry Ma to interrupt.
Yes.
I'm a Christian, and it was because you said I'm a Christian.
I'm a Muslim.
Ma, let's even talk about Christians because that's who we are. You're a Christian, and you think that because you're a Christian, it's a cover. Christianity is supposed to fix you. That you're a Christian is that you allow yourself to be worked on by the Holy Spirit. Be not conformed to the word, right? By be transformed.
Let me ask you, why is this society full of Christians? And for those that are practicing
Oh, my
Muslim,
goodness.
and yet the decadence is
My
Because
sad.
they haven't arisen
We don't
to
take
the
the problem.
responsibility.
Yes. And we don't
it's
want
sad.
to.
we don't want to. We keep, I'm a Christian.
Justifying
Just-
the things that
and you become a leader.
Jalabasha.
You're stealing
And we are
public money.
And it's sad.
You become
It's really
a wife.
sad. Oh.
Come
You
on.
are abusing your husband. You become a husband, and you are abusing your wife. All of this is lack of wisdom.
lack of wisdom.
We need to. You said it.
Yeah.
We need to learn wisdom more than even formal certificates.
Yes.
Dr. Cosmas Maduka.
Yes.
Did he go to university?
No.
But today he is using wisdom. The Igbo people call it akonuche. We need more more of it in this society.
Yes.
ma'am.
Common sense.
Common sense. It's not certificate.
Wait. Let's talk to this.
leave it.
Many families are in conflict,
Yes.
struggling over property left by their parents. Man is abusing. Oh, the decadence sometimes I am.
It's just
Very upsetting.
And let me tell you, I don't want to focus on church rituals anymore. Oh, fasting, covenant breaking. The demon is in our heads. The demon is in our heads. Oh, demon made me do it. Go and remove the demon in your head so that the demon out there can even see you.
demon.
Yes.
Please let me stop.
That's one of the challenges and let's talk about this process of transformation, because you can't say you're a Christian and you don't allow the Holy Spirit do the work
the
of
workings of the
transforming.
Holy Spirit.
Do you understand? Submitting yourself to the Holy Spirit and allow Him do His
Maybe
work.
because
You know that
it's a painful
scripture.
process.
You know that scripture, the renewing of your mind.
Yes.
You know, oh my goodness. A lot of us, so that's why we said we like to pick and choose what we listen to and what we do not listen to. One thing I would always advise, and it's something that I learned and it has worked for me, is introspection.
Yes.
Many people are so carried away with distractions because social media is good, but then it has done more harm. Honestly, to me, it has done. People are so distracted. Very, very distracted. They are not doing that work of looking within. Okay, how do I solve this? What is the root of this? Okay, it's trauma. Let me do the work. Nobody is willing to do that work. Nobody is willing to sit down and even meditate and let the
sorry
Holy
to
Spirit
interrupt,
even.
yeah, because you mentioned social media, and I think it's a very important thing to talk about. Because I was just thinking about what social media mirrors as perfect and as good. A lot of messed up people is what social media tells us, because they are the celebrities. And remember that we're also speaking to young people. These are some of the people that we get to see on social media. The people that we see are the celebrities who can't keep their homes, who celebrate bad
Some of them
behavior.
do.
Well, but the loudest ones are the ones
It's the
who
negative ones that
do you
fly.
understand? So is it a thing? Now I'm asking a question. Is it that we who are, or not, let me not say we, the people who are doing right, the people who have been able to work on themselves and have good homes, good marriages, raising good kids, are not as vocal enough? Is it that we need to be more vocal?
Let me
And
answer.
so
let me
that
answer
people
you.
can have right examples.
Let me answer you. What is important in life is not being concerned about what's happening out there. Focus on your self-improvement.
It's not everyone that
Living from the
not
inside
everybody
out.
knows
Inside
that.
out.
Well, true.
But that's why we're talking.
True.
And that's
True.
why I've done my 4 books. I sent
Come
them
on,
to you.
talk about it.
Ooh.
I have be an asset to your world through the growth mindset and integrative lifestyle. I've put all strategies there for you to reprogram and move from a low energy woman to the high energy, God-centered, positive, healthy, happy.
Come on!
Are we healthy?
Yes,
Wait,
okay.
are we healthy?
Yes.
Are we vibrant?
Yes.
Are we happy? Yes. And are we phenomenal? Yes. There must be energy in the land. Yes. So, what am I talking about? I used to, let me give you a little bit about my gist. I'll go to a party.
Yes, ma'am.
I walk in, instead of being happy, I'll be checking out on all the women. Who is wearing a gold watch? Who is wearing a diamond this? And these days, I walk in with mostly my ankara, and I am talk of town. When a phenomenal woman enters,
They know that somebody.
everybody
has
is saying,
entered.
this woman, I can see the appreciation.
Yeah.
I had to do a turnaround.
Yes.
At a certain point in your life, you get to a place where you ask yourself, do you want to die young? Do you want not to have a good marriage? You need to begin to look for a way out. And that's what I had to do, to learn about the integrative lifestyle. And I've not even spoken about health. Do you know the number of people that are dying from lifestyle-related diseases?
Yeah.
Dropping dead. They work hard, they make money, they may not even witness the wedding of any child.
Can we talk about the love of money? And can we talk about how people are selling their souls for money? And can we, I hope I'm not shaking too much.
Nonsense,
today.
my darling. Nonsense, my
Can
darling.
we
Go
talk
ahead.
about how there's just a wild chase,
Yes.
For money.
And fame.
and fame, and we forget the values that make for longevity.
Yes.
We are willing to throw away relationships just because of the love of money.
So I will answer this way. It is a reflection of inner spiritual emptiness. That's the way I want to answer it. If you are really God-centered and authentic with God, the kind of inner happiness and fulfillment you'll be having, your focus is no longer going to be on money at all, by all means.
Yes.
Money is not bad.
No,
money
but money,
allows
yeah.
us
Yeah,
to
even
be able,
Solomon, yes.
But making money but compromising your principles and
Yes,
values,
that's
Yes.
and being an authentic Christian will not even let you do that, because you've built yourself. The Spirit of God is governing your life.
Yeah.
And by the way, too much want. What do you want? What do you need?
all those wanting and
guy
wanting
wants,
and wanting.
I
Remember, that's what
always
the
say-
message version says.
I've told my
Yes.
family, I said, please, where I am today, I want to do impact. I want to feed the hungry.
Yeah.
I want to help vulnerable people. I want to help the homeless. I'm no longer interested in designer bag and shoes. I've carried enough.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody said,
Come
you carried it before.
Come on.
I said, I have grown. What makes me happy now is how can I put a
Impact.
smile?
Yeah.
So it's a good process. You know something? Everybody can't get there at the same time.
Yeah, it's a
We are on
journey.
a journey.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a journey.
And that is why so what you're doing is so critical for society. You don't even know. I've read your platform. That platform is so needed because a lot of people are lost.
Yes.
God said, my people die for lack of knowledge.
Perish.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do.
And I've told you we're going to collaborate.
Yeah.
The message out there is nobody is perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
We all have our strengths and our weaknesses.
Yes.
But can you please find out your weakness?
Yes.
And then know your values. Many people don't know their
They don't
values.
even have.
I asked myself this morning, Ifeyinwa Nwakwesi, what's your value? Solid, being authentic with God. That's my. Secondly, my family, my husband, my children, my grandchildren, my siblings, my in-laws, my friends. I value them. I'm a relationship person.
Not to tell.
Thirdly, my health. I must be in tip-top shape. If I tell you the water I drink is not the ordinary water everybody drinks, because I understand the value of water. Later on, we're going to talk about health. Then I am intentional about building relationship. My husband is a great guy, but before I was not appreciating him because I used to be in negative energy state. I was always worried. Women there. I was creating problem for myself. But today I've been able to reprogram, and I'm happy 24 hours, irrespective of the challenges I'm facing. You know, I dance around the clock, and my husband might come out and say, who are you dancing with? I say, can't you see my friends here? So basically, your life is in your hands as ordained by God.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the talents that God has given you?
Exactly.
No one is perfect. Can you look at your weaknesses and work on turning them into strengths? That is
Yes.
success, the true success. Nothing else.
Looking at your weaknesses,
Yes.
recognize, understanding, because first you have to understand who you are. She's talked about knowing yourself, which is
Yes,
identity.
yes,
She's
very
spoken
important.
about values, which help you build and live your life with conviction.
Yeah.
She's spoken about cultivating and building and investing in relationships, because that's important for us to live sustainably, right?
Yeah.
And she's
Yes.
spoken about taking care of our body. She hasn't delved much. She's a doctor, I'm sure that you know. She hasn't delved a lot into, our health, how we can good practices for us to still have the kind of energy. Can you see the energy
71.
at 71?
How come there's no music here? Let's shake body small now. Waiting.
Oh my goodness. I love this so much. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, but I hope, and then so let's talk about, let's wrap up this particular conversation
Yes,
with
oh.
Good practices that can help us have sustainable marriages. Because you're 71, you've got 5 children, 13 grandchildren, your husband is still, you've spoken about how he's a great guy.
Oh, great guy.
So let's just wrap up this particular episode with what makes for a healthy and sustainable
Me, I want to hear this one.
yes,
My dear,
Wait, were you
listen.
standing before?
Marriage is a gift. Marriage is a journey. And before you get into the journey, you must prepare for it. I always like Femi Luther, who says it's more important who you marry than when you marry. Most of our people, even mothers, I'm talking to mothers like
and,
yourself.
and singles have had it tough this year.
Yes, so aren't you going to get married?
It's like
when are you going to get married? Biko, can I tell you something?
Yes,
It is
please.
well, oh.
Look at the handwriting of the wall.
Yes.
The signs are usually there. If it's not right, don't do it. Do
Yes,
not
ma'am.
allow anybody stampede you into
and don't think you can change him.
and don't think you can change it.
Change. Go on.
Then your happiness is primarily your responsibility.
Come
Yeah.
on.
It is
yeah.
not your partner.
Yeah, it's
Can
not.
you
No,
say
so-
that again? Say that again.
Your happiness is your choice.
yes. It's
Don't,
your
your
responsibility.
husband or spouse can contribute, but should not determine it.
Bang. Bang,
Am I
bang, bang,
clear?
bang,
Yes,
bang,
ma'am.
bang, bang, bang.
That was what kept me hostage when I was younger, thinking, do you love me? No, I don't love you.
Hey.
Am I beautiful?
No, you are
I
not.
start panicking.
Hey, God.
So today, my husband is a friend. We are partners. My happiness is coming from within me by God's grace.
Yes.
By being a disciple of Christ. By not focusing on church rituals, but focusing on my one-on-one conversation with God.
Intimacy with
Intimacy.
God.
And then tapping into his spiritual power and authority.
Now I love
And
that.
aligning my life with God's grace.
Yes.
And so I also do my positive affirmations. We're going to do some here before
Yeah.
we go.
Let's do.
Let me tell you what. Okay, 3. Okay.
Yeah, let's wrap up that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm a covenant child.
I'm a covenant child.
My life is for signs and wonders.
My life is for signs and wonders.
My life is a masterpiece.
My life is a masterpiece.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father,
and of the Son,
and of the
and
Son,
of the Holy
and of
Spirit.
the Holy Spirit.
Then I tell depression, because sometimes I still wake
Yes.
up with moody swings. I tell it, this body.
you
is
have
the
no
holy ground.
Yes.
Holy
I
ground.
have the mark of Jesus here.
Yes.
This
Come on.
body is a temple of God.
Yes.
Depression, water. Everybody say water.
Depression.
Get out.
Okay. On that note, we are wrapping
So-
up this episode. So we'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye, everyone.
Well, and thank you, ma'am.